Good afternoon. It's on YouTube, and I watched a video about a sergeant or a former sergeant, Robert Ralston, police officer that back in 2010, I believe, 4 o'clock in the morning, he claimed a black man pulled a gun on him. I think he said he interrupted a crime in progress. One of them pointed a gun at him and fired and hit him in the shoulder. So they put out a $100,000 reward for the guy, the suspect, allegedly suspect. Was paying him, suspended and all that. They fired him. I think like 2012 or something. They ended up actually suing him. Not only firing him, which is wow. They actually sued him for the money that he made from that. But basically saying that from the point he fired the gun, he was fired. That's what I agree with. Like kind of like a retroactive tax. You shouldn't still have that money. So we're going to do that money back. And I agree with that. And they cannot charge him criminally because they wanted his confession. And a part of me says I understand. Another part of me says he needs to be in prison. I thought about this case they had in Georgia a while back where a woman shot herself in the car. She shot a bullet through the windshield, then she shot herself. And they looked at it and, it was total bullshit, total lie. Nobody was out there. I think they actually got a black man in that case and let him go. Same thing late at night. And she done like 90 days, I think. And she was like thinking that she'd do time served. And they're like, no, that's not how this works. And that really had me scratching my head, the fact that you really think these police are going to let you damage a patrol car. Like I told you, the one thing I've learned about law enforcement, how cops really go to prison, is when police officers do things that harms the department. When cops stalk other cops or cops break in other cops, that's when police officers go to prison. You can go ahead and beat all the niggas you want, lock folks up, all shit you want. That's fine. But when you start stealing drugs, stealing evidence, that's generally when they really put a full court press on you. You use the vernacular. This particular case here, the one in Georgia, it's right after I think was it Michael Brown got killed, I think, and there was like all them protests in Ferguson, and people were like, it was extremely reckless. Because, they were already amped up. All this Blue Lives Matter shit was going on. People were thinking, trying to kill cop, war on police. And then after that, you had this cop. And I'm going to stop with this one. They called him G.I. Joe. I remember it was Fox Lake, Illinois. And I remember when this happened. I was out there driving. I was with SRT. I was with SRT when it happened. And they said that the police said that he said it was 2 black men and a white man out there in the woods. Now, this was an area where there's nothing around there. Nobody has any business being out there, and he chased them out in the woods. One responded to the radio. No radio contact. So they sent out, I think they had like 300 police go out in the woods, man. It was a lot of cops. They spent a lot of money out there that night. And what it was, he shot himself and beat him. I think he beat himself with the gun, shot himself, and then threw the gun. It took them all them cops, it took them like a half hour, like an hour to find the gun, which is amazing. There's a lot of leaves and debris, I think, out there. And what it was, he was in charge of the cadet program. Now this is what I try to tell folks. This cop had like 15, 20 years on the force. I think he had been in the Army or the Marines or something. I mean, he had an award for stopping a bank robber. It gets me that these cops, these aren't like Carrick type cops. These aren't 5-year cops. These aren't cops that ain't got a stripe yet. These are cops that have some significant time behind the wheel. Definitely significant time out there, and they're doing fucked up stuff. But city council said he was embezzling money. They knew it. They had tried to talk to him one time before, and he would always get real. You know how cops do, getting all nasty with you and making that voice with you. He was doing that with the city council. And they're like, what? They were getting closer. They were figuring him out. And so he killed himself. And it's like this thing in Houston. They were all like, oh, Blue Lives Matter, it's a war on police. And it comes out, no, he shot himself. He was a coward. And rather than him face the same justice that he somehow is supposed to be sworn to uphold, take the coward's way out. He killed himself. And now his family's got to face the embarrassment. Think about that, the embarrassment of your father being a crooked, coward-ass cop. What I was mentioning, Houston, they had this Houston shooting, I think that was a couple weeks, last month, yeah. Police went up in the house, plain clothes, no knock warrant, and supposedly got in a gunfight with the residents in the house, and now they're saying that, nope, the guy in the house never even got a shot off, 357. That the police were in the front and the back. Police in the front started shooting, the ones in the back. The police shot each other, man. You understand? No, they shot themselves, and then they shot the people in there. They're saying that those cops shot a dog from like 15, 20 feet away. They're saying these cops shot this dog before they even went in the house. Dog hadn't even moved. You know what I mean? They didn't even, they opened the door, bam. That's what they're saying happened from across the room. Now, this particular case has been pretty concerning because the union was talking about how all you people out there that are trying to get war with the police, we're watching you and all this, that's political. He's sending a political message. That's what people like that do. It's all about politics and optics more than it's about facts and evidence. They're not even pretending to be about justice anymore. Now, when it came out that the people in the house were white, there were no guns, there was no dope, there was no stack of money. Well, we're going to cooperate with the police investigation. Yeah, because you got egg on your face. Goddamn coward. You got egg on your face. I'm just looking at this guy. I'm like, this is the guy that got bullied in high school. This is the kind of guy that got bullied in high school. And I guess maybe he was he couldn't even he never made an arrest by himself. And he's fucking up there with all them cops. He's like, yeah, we're coming against you. We're watching you. Nigga, I'm like, is that a threat? Nigga couldn't arrest. Getting off subject. These cases, they put a blight on law enforcement. And I think that, people on YouTube were referring to this as mental illness, and a lot of cops have mental illness. That may be so. I happen to think it may be so. Maybe there's something to that they need to get medical screening on a regular basis. Yes, okay. You have no argument from me if that's what you're saying in those comments. But the one thing I haven't heard anybody say is the danger of when a policeman lies. And, have you ever seen cops when a cop is in danger? Not hurt, not shot, in danger. You ever seen what cops do? How they tear shit up trying to get to the person? What if those cops went out there and hit a school bus? What about those cops went out there and hit a minivan full of kids and killed somebody? You see what I'm saying? You get my point I'm trying to make? He should be charged. We talk a lot about law enforcement. We talk a lot about white people calling police on black people, and how they're coming up with a law in Oregon I heard about where you can sue the person who called 911 on you and things like that. I agree. I think it should be more than $250. It should depend. If force is used on somebody because of that, it should be way more than that. But it's a good start. It's a good start. It's a good start for you to do that. We're in agreement because them doing that means they recognize that this is a problem. And anytime that you can get white people, to understand that racism is an issue, that must put in safeguards to protect the community from racism, racist cops, and racist white people that want to call the police on some bullshit. Anytime you can get white folks to understand that, it's a good day. It's a good day. Not just white people, but you know what I'm saying, Chase. If you can get people empowered to understand this, it's okay. Like, I think they passed that bill. There was no resistance. There was no resistance whatsoever. Easy bill to pass. Wow. So it's a good start. But this is something else we as black people need to recognize. This is something. It's a little bit more rare. It's a little bit more rare, so you don't hear the same talking points on it because it's rare that happens. But this is one of those things where you should be able to sue the officer individually. You know what I mean? Because I know what cops will do is they'll say, well, we don't agree with this. And like I said, it's because of the money. It's because they, like I said, with the G.I. Joe thing in Illinois, Fox Lake, they spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money trying to get people out there to investigate that case. And then they kept it quiet for a while. That's how I knew there was something queer about it. When they didn't talk about it, I'm like, nah, something ain't right. They kept talking about what's coming, like, nah, this cop dirty. These cop, I looked at the FOIA information. That cop was dirty. The cop was dirty as fuck. And the city council knew it. They knew it. He was going to prison. Yeah. He was going to big boy prison for what he done. I don't really care about his family as much as I just recognize that it's a difference between caring about somebody and recognize something that was done to them was wrong. Do you understand? I may not like you, but I can still recognize, okay, you've been done dirty. And that family was done dirty. You know, this woman in Georgia, I mean, what if they caught a black man behind that? What if they had caught him and he was like, nah, I ain't going. And they slammed his ass and paralyzed him or gave him a concussion. You see what I'm saying to you? Police, this is how I was taught. Police officers, due to their training and not just due to the amount of equipment they have, the blue lights, you know, the legal immunity they have under color of law, the blue lights, the rifles, the shotguns, the pistols, the tasers, due to the amount of equipment and resources that law enforcement has, when they commit crimes on duty, that should be a big deal. And that's not no anti-police talk, and I'm serious. If you're a cop out here and you're beating people, you're abusing your authority, or you're raping people, or you know, whatever, it's serious business. It's like these car chases and stuff. When they know who the person is, they got their identification. You know what I mean? If you're risking lives, then pull back. What's that cowboy mentality? I've got to be the one to confront. I've got to be the one to put the gun on them. I've got to be the one to be the decider. No, you don't. There's no need. You know, that's something to realize about cops is that I'm coming at situations from logic, and they're not. They're coming at situations from emotion. They're coming at it from I'm the law. I'm the man. Yeah, I'm the man. And it's not about being disrespected. I'm just saying this. I'm the man. You know. But it is what it is. I just personally feel like, honestly, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up for a cop to do that. Somebody can really get hurt out here, man. And then let it be a cop from another department who got something going on with him, you know what I mean, who don't understand. Because cops might be like, all right, you know, this might not be 100. Like, you have police that say, what are you pursuing him for? Which means, you know, they think it for themselves. Like, I'm not going to have no part in no bullshit. Say there's a police from another department who's like, Blue Lives Matter, and he run up on a black man like, nah, I ain't going with you. What is this bullshit? And why I'm getting killed. That's how I think, man. That's how my mindset thinks, is that when you do things, you're risking other people's lives. You know, you can't interfere with people's lives. So, peace out.